I'm Maria Fleites. I came from Cuba 2 years ago, and I came with my sister and my mom. I left my entire family back there, and this piece by Adrianna Garcia, it reminds me of my relationship with my grandpa, because he died a year ago when I was here and he was in Cuba, and I didn't know after a month that he died, and I couldn't say goodbye. And it reminds me of, I used to think about him every day. That's the only person that I really loved. So we had a bond where I could go every weekend just to see him and talk to him. It reminds me that I still look out for him, even though he's not there. And he's still looking at me, even though back here he's wherever he is.
My name is Adrianna Garcia, and my father moved here from Mexico at the age of 17. Boycott Grapes is my favorite piece. I feel like it spoke more to me because when I was younger, my dad showed me a picture of an Aztec warrior, and he said that this is where we came from. These people are our ancestors. And I felt like the graphics boom would influence me to write about it, because workers' rights is very important within our history, and it still even goes on today.
My name is Castro, and I am of Colombian and Guatemalan descent. My mom's from Colombia, my dad's from Guatemala. And I chose this piece as my favorite piece, and it really spoke to me because a lot of family picnics and gatherings whenever I visit Colombia and I visit my mom's side of the family. It's just this is what every Hispanic family does at a picnic. It just really, I thought it was kind of cool how they decided to make a piece of painting about, something that's really normal, I guess. It's not really something unique. It's something a lot of people do. There's nothing real special about it. It's just a bunch of brothers hanging out and having fun. And I thought that just really resonated with me. I only have one brother, but there's a lot of guys in my family, and I just thought, I really connected with it.
This piece of art by Sanchez remembers me of my great-grandma. She's 99, and I haven't seen her since I came here. It remembers me of her because the colors and the supermarket, it's like where you go to dance and buy food, and she was a great cooker, and she loved to dance. It brings me back my childhood because I remember her teaching me how to dance salsa, and how she made me remember that a lady always dresses properly everywhere. It doesn't matter if you go into a supermarket or just to the neighbor's house, you have to dress cute and with pastel colors, which is what you see in this painting. And you can see also that the people is inside, and I remember that back in Cuba, your neighbors are your family.
Hi, I'm Feliz Gonzalez. I am Cuban American. I picked this artwork by Freddie Rodriguez because my family, before they came over here to the United States in Cuba, they went to performing arts school, and they were always in the music industry. They were famous music groups, and they went around our city and sang and danced. And then it takes me back when I look at this because at all our family events, we always dance and we sing and we just dance for ever. And then I just really like the colors to it because it's very uplifting.
My name is Perez. I'm from Cuba. I moved to Tampa, Florida when I was 4. I left most of my family behind. I came with my mom, my dad, and my sister. I chose this piece by Carlos Izarari called Biafra because it shows modern artwork and modern real world problems that are happening around the world, in places like Africa and even in many Latin American countries, in the Caribbean. Even in Cuba, some people are suffering from hunger. I chose it because it spreads awareness of problems that people in America don't really focus on because it doesn't affect us, but it happens all around, and it happens often. More than millions of kids are dying. So it just speaks to me, and it stands out because of that.
My name is Carla and I'm from Cuba. My parents were born there, I wasn't. I was born in Miami, Florida. I'm talking about the artwork. It's called No Parking Here Anytime, and it's by Latino Cruz. And I relate to this artwork because he was born in the province of Havana, Cuba, which was where my parents are from also. And I relate to this because this artwork demonstrates like his feelings like after he left Cuba, his departure from Cuba. And as you could see, there's like pieces like broken up, and you could just see like the feelings and the heartbreak and stuff like that. And I relate to this because my mom moved here alone with my sisters, and she left my dad behind. And it was really hard for her to start up here alone and get a job and move up my sister's education. And as you could see, like it relates because you could just see the emotions, and it's really like how my mom felt.
My name is Marianne Cruz. I'm 16 years old, and I was born in Santa Clara, Cuba. I moved here when I was 7.5 with my mother and my 2 sisters. One of my favorite exhibits here in the museum was an ofrenda for Dolores del Rio. It reminded me a lot of some Santeria rituals practiced throughout Cuba. My grandmother and my mother knew many people who practiced this religion, and they would attend some parties and they would have a lot of food, and then they would put that food towards the saints, and they would also have these altars with many like pictures or just everyday objects that they would put in relation to the saints. And our America, to me, it means just how American art couldn't be present without Latin art and just American culture in general, because it's highly impacted by our culture and our music and our food, etc.
My name is Paola, and I got here 3 months ago. So the overall exposition really speaks to me, and this picture in particular, because the photographer has a lot in common with my grandfather, and the Cámara Oscura was actually my first approach to photography. And I was amazed at how things were upside down and how my eye worked like that. It was great. And it's always been my dream to go to New York, so when I went by this picture, I felt that something was off. I felt like there shouldn't be like a 3-dimensional thing going on. I felt like it was flat on the top, but 3-dimensional on the bottom. And I thought that was really interesting, so I stopped and looked at it for a while. I mean, I love it.